We're rolling.
All right. Hello, class, and welcome to yet another Nosebleeders show here. I am Phil. That is Mike with me, as always, and today we are going to lament the existence, not just this season, but just the very existence of the New York Giants, and also talk about a couple of other wonderful things. Mike, how are you this week?
Good. The Giants are still playing. That's not done.
They are still technically in the league.
Yeah.
They don't do relegation in the NFL the way they do in like European soccer leagues. Although if they did, New York would not have an NFL team next year. All right,
No.
I'll say that much.
No.
I mean, the sucky thing about being a Giants fan is that we had to watch them get destroyed yesterday, and we have to also, unfortunately, watch them get destroyed on Thanksgiving, which is only in a couple days. So really, it's we don't get the full week to even recover emotionally. Yeah. We have to watch it happen again in like 3 days. So it's just how it goes, man. It is what it is.
That's nothing to be thankful for. Why would they do that to us? Why would they torture us with such cruelty? So
I think the only thing to be thankful for is possible cheap tickets at the end of the season. If you actually want to go to one of the last games, you can probably get in for like $20, $30 or something like that.
Possible draft pick. Hopefully.
Yeah, we're thankful for the draft.
Yeah.
Just like fucking 7 months. I don't even know.
You know, the only thing I wanted to mention about it is that like they're taking this Malik Neighbors interview, and I feel like they're just blowing the whole thing out of proportion because you got to tell a story, you got to get clicks, and he said it's not the quarterback. Yeah, it's not the quarterback, and it's like it's the entire team. I think that's what he meant, and of course he's disappointed. They got rid of Jones.
I think he was taking a swipe at the GM there because I think like Jones was not popular among the fan base,
right,
or the media, but he apparently was fairly popular in the locker room.
Yeah,
and so I think that's a big part of that.
But they didn't win with him. Like I know, like it's cool, like you're all friends and everything, and your boys, and it's like, but at some point, don't you want to win? Like. He could have stayed and been the backup, I guess, but he didn't. They weren't winning.
He asked to be released, and you know what? He was smart to do so. We'll get to that in a minute, but let's talk about the actual game. I mean, do you want to do any? I don't really want to talk about it, but it was 20.
No, I was filming a music video with my friends, which was a lot more fun. So I didn't find out about the game until after because I just had no time to really pay attention to it.
I was working on a project here, and I had it in the background, and it was just like one of those things where I watch sports very passively. Mm-hmm. I'm more of a radio guy.
Right.
I like to be either playing video games or working on some other type of project or cleaning or jogging or whatever. And it was one of those things where I was glad that I wasn't front and center at like a sports bar spending money, intently watching the game, getting progressively drunker and more frustrated. I'm glad that I had somewhere else for my brain to be, because I think that's where we have to go as New York football fans, not just Giants, both teams. It's like I'm going to tell everybody, take up a hobby and just put the game on in the background while you're doing the hobby.
Yeah.
Build a model train set, play with your kids, learn to clean, whatever you got to do, learn how to knit, learn how to basket weave,
marbles,
rub one out, whatever you got to do. Just don't invest any more of your time or emotions into these piece of garbage teams.
No, I mean, unless you're Brian, you can rub one out to the game. But if you're not like Brian,
that's true. I mean,
rub one out in your own time to any way you want.
There are allegedly some very hot men that play in the NFL. I mean, think about it. Everybody works out. Everyone wears tight pants.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gay, why not, right?
Yeah, if you're gay, if you're into men, you're a woman, you're into men, whatever you're into.
Or if you're just curious.
There you go.
And you're
just curious, you just want to find out.
You just want to. Maybe you're looking to get into that. You can start with NFL games.
You can start with the NFL,
and then when the Olympics come around, watch some synchronized diving, kind of amp it up a little bit, right? And then
they're all pretty much naked. They're in their underwear.
And then watch the entire Mike trilogy one night and just see if you get a little chub down there. And then there you go. See if the conversion is.
Did you see there was like a thing? This is slightly off topic, but not off topic, where they compared like the U.S. women's volleyball team and pretty much the bikinis they wore to play volleyball. And then they had another country, I forget, but it was Muslim women, and they had to keep themselves covered, and just a drastic difference in.
They're trying to say Americans are skanks. Is that what they're trying to say, Mike?
I get
something. Is that the allegation?
Just a lot of skin. And now as a guy who is not a misogynist, yeah, maybe it's too much skin. But as a guy who likes women, it didn't bother me to put it mildly.
Yeah,
I understand it's family, it's sports, So I don't know.
Well, also too, it is very warm. Like you're doing an athletic sport on hot sand. It's probably advantageous to be wearing less clothes from a purely functional standpoint, right? It's kind of like when you see a girl at the gym and her hair is pulled back tight. Okay, if you're a scumbag like most men are, you're thinking about pulling that hair. But if you're thinking about it from a fitness perspective, you're like, oh, actually, that makes sense that it's in tight braids because she's working out and doing lunges and jacks and all this. You don't want to get your face. Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
I've seen guys with man buns. You got long hair; it's in the way. But yeah, it's. I have a friend of mine. She went snowboarding, and she went snowboarding in like a bikini. I was like, "What, are you crazy?" She's like, "Do you know how hot it gets when you go snowboarding in the sun?" I was like, "No, but I guess it is because you're in a bathing suit."
If you go like off season at one of the places that does like the snow machines or whatever, if you try to do it in April when it's 65, 70 degrees outside, or not 70, but probably 60s. I don't do any of those kind of sports, but I imagine the only context in which it's warm is when you're towards the end of the season, right?
Yeah,
we got to get a skier or a snowboarder.
We got to find a skier if anybody skis.
Are there any upcoming ski events we can watch or any like Olympic qualifiers? I'd rather talk about that than any of the New York sports teams, except for the Knicks. The Knicks are cool, but and the Rangers. But
no, I don't know any. I don't know any events coming up. I'll have to check my my ski Twitter. Ski Twitter, is that what it is? Like there's a Twitter for every category.
Is there a ski Twitter? I don't know.
There's not even Twitter. There's just
everyone's leaving Twitter now, so I don't even know.
Yeah, you gotta go on
Everyone's going to Blue Sky and Threads or whatever. So
Blue Sky, I'm waiting for more sports to come because still a lot of the sports I follow, a few have gone over, but most of the sports I still follow, like Keith McPherson is still on X, so he's got to get on Blue Sky. So it's all the same. I don't, one side's one argument. One's the other side of the aisle or whatever, and it's just all nonsense. I just follow the sports stuff because they have like cool uniforms and stuff like that. So you can see like all that stuff. Anyway, what were we talking about? The Giants in our
I don't. We're trying to avoid talking about the Giants. That's what we've been doing for the last 8 solid minutes, and I'm here for it. Did you want to mention the Knicks real quick before we get into the reactionary stuff?
So the Knicks, they had a 4-game winning streak, and then they play Utah, and they got cremated. It was ridiculous. It was like what is Houston? What is Utah's record? Don't they have like 3 wins?
I thought they were actually good.
No, so I guess I misheard a stat on the radio. I thought they said they were like 3-19 or something. That can't be right. I'm trying.
Oh they're 4-12. Okay, yeah.
4-12. The 4th win was against the Knicks. The Knicks defense, I heard it on the radio. I was going to do stand up, so like, I can't watch it while I'm driving. So I'm trying to listen. In the whole game, I forget the new Knicks, the new guy. He's really good. And then Monica. Cat. No. On the radio broadcasters on ESPN. I forget the guy's name, and then the other person is Monica McNutt.
Yeah, McNutt. She's great.
Yeah, doing the color commentary. So she'll give a lot of deep dive into stuff, and she was just like, the Knicks are just having so much trouble against this team.
It's early season. They haven't gelled yet. They haven't gone on a streak. And I'll repeat what I said a few weeks ago. I think this team is capable of knocking out 9 or 10 in a row at some point this season and really scaring the absolute pants off of some of these teams that they're going to be chasing or playing against in the playoffs. Yeah. So I'm not really concerned about it yet. I'm just not, because I knew they were going to go on a little bit of a run. I was kind of hoping that 4-game would turn into a 6-game or an 8-game or a 9-game.
Yeah.
But we'll take 4 because before that, remember, they were kind of going 500. They were kind of going back and forth.
Right.
It depends how they respond to this now, because now if they lose, if they win 4 and then lose 4 and then right back where we started. But if you respond to a loss by knocking out 2 more in a row and absolutely just decimating whoever you play the next night, then that's exactly that's what you got to do. It's how you respond.
I mean, in that game, at one point they were down like 17 points or something. They came back and they were within 2, and so like they have the ability to come back. I mean, I don't know why it was a struggle.
Well, they lost that other game last week on the final basket. They were down by a ton and they almost came back and won. That one I was intently paying attention to. I didn't just have it on the background. And this team, they're never really out of it for the most part. I kind of noticed what you just said is true. They have a little bit of knack for comebacks, which is really, really exciting because that means that at some point this season, we're going to see a game where they're down 15 or 20 to some team that's supposed to be better than them, and the other team gets complacent, and then they just start, railroading them in the third and fourth quarter. And I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to embarrassing some supposedly great team. It's gonna happen at some point. You heard it here first on Nosebleeders, kids.
Cat's been really good. OG's been good. So Leon Rose seems to know what he's doing. Thank God. We haven't had that in New York in forever. So, and he doesn't play favorites too. He's like, nah, you're gone. We got to get somebody.
Very exciting team to watch. I'm a fan of this. We got to get to a game soon, Mike. We got to get to a game, man. We shall. We definitely shall. We talked about going, I think, December, right? We talked about going
at some point,
Christmas week or something. Well, we'll figure it out. All right. We'll go. Enough rambling. Let's get into the reactionary stuff. Now, you have a whole slate ready for me. I didn't contribute anything this week because I was busy.
Yeah, it's been a very busy for me as well. Yeah, everything's been really busy past 2 weeks. We don't have a lot of social media clips out, so those are coming soon.
It happens, man. I haven't uploaded anything either. It's just been I have a project that's kind of bogging me down right now, and I'll be free in about 2 weeks for about a month and a half. I don't have any other projects, but I have one with a hard deadline in about 2 weeks that I have to do. So we'll figure it out, though. We'll figure it out.
Hard. I was with two friends yesterday. The whole day.
That's the butthead comment of the episode there.
The whole day, my two friends I was shooting this video with, they kept going pause. Every sentence pause, and I was like, I didn't even realize what I said. So anyway, let's go to this one. Let's start off. Let's get the pain out of the way first. We have a Giants ad from 1988 with a guy I never heard of. We're gonna watch this and laugh. So let's take a look.
Over 28 million adults get athlete's foot.
I'm Jim Burt. I had athlete's foot until I used NP27. It has an ingredient recommended by doctors.
Look, NP27 stops the burning, itching of athlete's foot fast.
NP27. Nothing's a better cure for athlete's foot.
Well, I'm glad it's recommended by doctors, not auto mechanics there, sir.
Yeah. Who is this guy?
Over 28 million athletes.
Wait. Jim Burt. This was 1988. I didn't become a fan until like 87, so I didn't really know anybody.
I was like 1 year old or 2 years old when this would have come out, so I was
7. Yeah.
Clearly before my time. Can we play it even without the audio? I'm sick of staring at this guy's face. There we go. Classic sports videos are at www.themotiondevotion.com. So yeah, shout out to those guys for uploading this.
Motion Devotion. NP27.
NP27 sounds like the name of a gun. Doesn't it?
Yeah. 27 sounds like the virus that was going around that year. The COVID-19, MP27.
Yeah. Oh man, my sister can't make it next week, man. She caught MP27. She has to isolate for a while.
Yeah. I like the graphics, how the spray just eliminates the redness.
Instantly,
the glowing red.
Instantly.
That's not a football player's foot.
Oh, it's a time lapse though. It's not instant. Okay.
Oh, it's not instant. Yeah. Yeah, football players.
So what did Jim Burt do exactly?
He's a former athlete's foot sufferer, according to that. What's his number here? Number 64. He's got to be like offensive line or something like that. Jim Burt. Let's see if we can look him up real quick.
Oh, it says nose tackle. Okay, that's pretty sick. Okay.
Right. Yeah, nose tackle. Did he play for anybody else? He's old as hell now.
He played for the Niners too, apparently.
For the Niners. He's from Orchard Park, New York.
Oh hell yeah, a local guy.
Yeah, that's University of Miami.
He's the kind of guy we should just like try to hit up because I guarantee you, someone like him is just like bored. Is like, yeah, I'll do your stupid YouTube show that everybody hates.
Only if Kathy Rabideau is watching.
only he's watching. Nothing's a better cure. And that bottle too. That bottle looks like something that belongs in your garage, not in your medicine cabinet. The kind of thing you're supposed to like shine your tires off with or something.
Yeah, that's like something Batman carries on his utility belt when he's fighting off
maximum strength.
Yeah. Bat NP spray, bat antifungal. So.
All right, that was entertaining and slightly educational, I think.
Very simple and is very effective. It was quick and to the point. So, like a nose tackle, I guess.
Hell yeah! I mean, if you play in the league for 10 years, 11 years like that, then hell yeah. No, He definitely was quick enough.
All right, let's go. Let's change it up. Let's go to, this is a legendary commercial. This is Spike Lee as Mars Blackman with Michael Jordan for Nike.
Okay.
Check it out.
Yo, Mars Blackman here, my main man, Michael Jordan, and Professor Douglas Kirkpatrick of the American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics. Yo, Professor, how does Mike defy gravity? Do you know?
Michael Jordan overcomes the acceleration of gravity by the application of his muscle power in the vertical plane, thus producing a low-altitude Earth orbit.
Oh, what?
Do you know what I mean? Do you know?
Money, check him out.
All right, that was amazing.
This is classic.
I love how
you know?
Yeah, Michael Jordan is just not having it too. You could tell that like they only had him for the afternoon. They had to get this done in probably less than 5 takes, and he's just like, I don't want to be here right now. Like this is like my 14th shoe commercial I've had to do in the last 3 years. Yeah, I just want to go home and eat my ballpark Franks and try on new Hanes underwear. I'm Michael Jordan. Okay, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do a black and white ad. This is lame. I don't want to be here.
Do you know? And this is, like, they did a bunch of these. Got to be the shoe. It came from that, It's that whole thing. This guy's clearly an actor, but like, Spike Lee, I'm pretty sure he directed this commercial too. Producer's like, Mike, we just need you to stand there and look empty.
Yeah, stand there and look like your team just got knocked out of the playoffs. Yeah. Okay, just do that. Just act like you're stoic and you hate us.
Look like Mike and Phil when they go to open mics and
yeah,
have to wait.
Exactly. Look like an open mic comic that just got told, "Oh no, dude, 3 more comics than you, I promise." Okay.
Yeah, and they're all doing anti-gay jokes, and it's going to be edgy and amazing.
It's gonna be, exactly. It's man, unrelated, man. The next 4 years of comedy are gonna be so bad in this country. It's gonna be all just pandering to one direction or the other, and it's gonna be so unfunny and terrible.
Yeah.
I like this nerdy ass white guy. They got the nerdiest ass white guy they could possibly find to do this. They're like, find someone who looks like he's actually from the 1940s, like he helped Oppenheimer develop that bomb. Find someone that looks like that to film this commercial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch. I bet in like real life he is an amazing basketball player and all that. He's pretty tall, so I wonder. Maybe he's got some game, which would be kind of cool.
That's the sequel to this commercial that I want to see, where this guy pulls up Prince from the Chappelle Show and is like, "You guys want to play?"
Yeah, exactly.
You guys want to play some basketball?
I think Spike Lee sells a variant of that hat still. You can get it. Like I think he has.
With the bottom of the brim.
The Brooklyn, where the brim is flipped up and it says Brooklyn, and the whole thing. I mean, this was like peak NBA.
This is something that you never see anymore. You never see the Wesley Snipes from White Men Can't Jump, which is also because he did the same thing in that movie with the upward flip. Yeah. With the upward, that was a thing in the early 90s, late 80s. That was to do the flip. I have not seen that since then. That's a style that didn't come back. Baggy jeans are back, apparently. Those stupid 80s striped socks are back. But no, the flipped up baseball cap and flat tops have not come back quite yet.
No,
maybe
this
soon.
Is more like a rally cap thing. If you're doing that now, it's more of a rally cap.
Yeah, it's more, you see it at ball games, but you don't see it like walking on the street because somebody would be like, "Bro, would you just get here from a time machine? What are you doing?" Also, I just realized, I think these glasses, is that meant to look like Urkel? Because remember, this is the early 90s. Is that meant to look like Urkel?
I think this might predate Urkel. Because when Family Matters came out, Urkel wasn't on the show yet. He was like a guest character, I think, in like the 2nd season. Something like that.
And then the fans loved it so much. They're like, F it. We're gonna write 5 more seasons of television about this dude creeping on the neighbor's daughter.
Yeah. So
that's what we're gonna do.
Straight simping on her. No, I think these remind me of the DMC for Run DMC had the Gazelle shade glasses. These big glasses were like a fashion thing back then. So I'm guessing that could be the thing. It's a certain look he's going for. I've heard, by the way, I've heard some stories of people, even my friend, like running into Spike Lee at Knicks games and stuff, and everybody's like, he's really chill and cool. And I know he teaches at NYU, so it's probably
what does he teach at NYU?
Film and how to jump turnstiles. No, I don't know. What's a very New York, very New York, how to buy hot dogs.
He teaches how to lose Oscars.
Unnecessary.
That was
teaches a class on your. When did that start, by the way, in New York? I mean, that's way past my time.
I'm not nearly cool enough to know the answer to that question.
I don't know that.
Why are you
either.
asking me? All right. What do we got next, Mike? What do we got?
Let's go to I love this commercial. This is I remember when this came out, and I had this game. This is for NFL 95 for Sega. This is their.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
This was compete with Madden, so you can get Madden, or if you had Sega Genesis, or you can get their game, and their game was pretty good.
16 bits, baby. Let's go.
And this is with Joe Montana. Let's take a look.
The designers of Sega's all-new NFL 95 wanted you to know what it feels like in a real NFL game. So they gave it the real teams, the real players, and a brand new feature that lets you see 65 yards downfield, just like in real life.
Oh my God. Sorry, Mr. Montana.
There's even a new trading feature.
I just bought a house.
It's on the Jets.
That one hits much differently now.
Yeah.
Imagine if you got traded from the Chiefs to the Jets now.
Oh, man. Well, back then, the Chiefs were always in the playoffs, but they never won. They were like the Braves. Like, they would go far, and they would just never – well, at least the Braves made the World Series, but – I remember seeing that commercial and seeing him on the Jets, and I was like, oh, that would be so cool if he came to the Jets. Like he's in New York because he was the way before Tom Brady. He was the greatest.
I do like how those players apologized to him. They was it the Raiders or whoever?
Yeah.
Wait, were they the LA Raiders then, or were they the Oakland Raiders, or were they the?
I think they were still the LA Raiders.
They're still LA Raiders back then. That's right. They're a very nomadic franchise there.
Yeah,
rivalry game too. They got a rivalry game for the commercial. I just realized that.
Oh yeah,
my buddy who's a Broncos fan refers to himself as a Raider hater.
Raider, yeah. This is like an old AFL matchup too, which is that guy's humongous. I don't know if he's still around.
Probably not. I mean, it's been 30 years and he's already in his probably 40s or late 40s, and he's fat.
I give him
imagine the casting call for that back then, because this is before we had like backstage.com and everything.
Yeah.
You had to put an ad in probably a newspaper for like, hey, we need a really big fat guy to paint his body.
Yeah. There was a bunch of dudes who were like, yo, I'll do it. Yeah.
I would have loved to have been there the day of the casting for that. Like, all the guys walk in, they're all like, man, the craft food already ran out. That's how that goes.
Get hungry,
Set jokes, kids. Set jokes. Okay.
This is.
I like this though. I like everything about this ad. This is fun. Also, the graphics were slightly better than I remember for that era, because I remember playing a side scroller football game for Genesis back then. It obviously wasn't this game apparently, but
no, this game.
This is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I played this with my dad a lot, and then like this game was cool because you could hit buttons and you could talk trash. And then the next season they got Dion to endorse the game, and it was so much trash talking. It was
I can imagine. Yeah,
it was a lot. Yeah, I like the Jets. You notice this is when they moved from the Sack Exchange uniforms to they added black and subtly into the uniforms here. So this is like the Boomer Esiason era.
I don't like these as much as the ones that they moved back to this year. I like the ones that whatever it was called. I think the ones they have now are the Sack Exchange. I like the ones they have this year. I mean, unfortunately, the result on the field not that good for the Jets this year.
No, but the Jets were owned by Leon Hess, so they had the Hess Green, the old gas station Hess, which somehow is still making Hess trucks. I don't know how that's possible. They are.
Dude, I see commercials every damn year for those things on TV, man. I don't know. I guess the kids still love them. I don't know.
My nephew has one, and it's got like a car in the back. It almost looks like a Cybertruck, and it's kind of cool looking. So,
all right, we got how many more? We got one more. Are we closing out? Or we
got one more to close out. This is a McDonald's commercial featuring a favorite of the show, Mr. Dennis Rodman.
Hell yes! Was this before or after he became Dennis Rodman?
No, this is when he was the worm. So this is embracing the wormage, as you'll see in the commercial. So let's take a look.
This is what's going on the outside of Dennis Rodman's head, but what's going on inside? Rebounds?
even in my sleep.
A championship ring?
I do like to accessorize.
His own collector cups?
Now that is cool.
Dennis's cool cups that change color are now at McDonald's. 4 in all. Just 39 cents each when you purchase a large Coca-Cola. Get yours
39
before these
cents.
cool color-changing cups run out. So, Dennis, what do you think?
I think I'm hungry.
All right, we got a lot to unpack here.
Color changing.
We got a lot to unpack in this ad.
He's got like Chia Pet color hair right there, which is cool. I think they made a Rodman Chia Pet. Yeah,
a Rodman Chia Pet.
I think they made that. Yeah.
Here's the thing, man. Look, I don't mean to throw an entire culture under the bus, but certain folks.
It's gonna be racist.
No, it's getting a little bit. But here's the thing. There are in pro sports, I'll say, but certain pro sports more than others.
Mm-hmm.
Players are known for being quite homophobic. They are. Okay. How did Dennis Rodman get through the 90s dressing like that in public all the time? Because he had like earrings in both ears, colored hair, these goofy glasses we're going to see in a couple minutes. I mean, he was fairly effeminate. Like, and he, like, no one ever questioned him or said anything.
I think that was brought up. I mean, I remember friends talking about it, or people want, like, because he always wore his shorts a little higher than everybody else, and he dressed as a woman. He married himself, I think, at one time, and I think
I forgot about that.
I think the reason nobody messed with him is because he would physically assault you.
I mean, yeah, he did play in the NBA. He was not a small guy, and then everybody probably called him out, trying to say that he didn't like women, and he's like, just kidding, I'm banging Carmen Electra.
Carmen Electra, Madonna.
Yeah. Way to prove the haters wrong, Dennis.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he did a little of both, but like he, I don't know.
Obviously back then, if you were doing a little bit of both, you kept that shit on the DL.
Yeah. Nowadays,
in certain cities, especially, you do not want to let that be known. But that was Carmen.
No, nowadays nobody cares.
Also, too, he's an NBA player, so he's like what 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", and she's like 4'11" or something, right? So like,
tiny. Yeah.
You were all thinking it too, all right, kids.
What was the slogan?
Gone on the outside of Dennis. What do you think?
I think I'm hungry.
Oh, have you had your break today? That was I remember it was the good times, the great taste of McDonald's, and then it was food, folks, and fun. And then it was, I think, did you have your break today? And then it was, what was the other one? Didn't Justin Timberlake?
This is all pre I'm Loving It. Is it still I'm Loving It?
I'm loving it. Yeah.
Well, and I think it's crazy. The I'm Loving It one basically has been the one they've done for like 20 years now. It's been, I remember that came out when I was in like high school. And they're still doing the ba-da-ba, like you just said, the ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it.
I'm loving it. Yeah, didn't Justin Timberlake do a commercial for them, and he's singing it?
Yeah, I think a bunch of people did commercials.
Yeah. But this is totally late 90s. Now you got computer effects.
Oh yeah, these are some killer CGI effects with the semi-fisheye lens a little bit there, just a little bit. Goofy glasses. This is terrific. 39 cents too. We're always dating ourselves. I will say this food. I worked out a little while ago. This food does look good, and I don't eat this kind of food anymore. Yeah. So like on the rare occasion that I'm like on the road or I'm desperate or hungry, I will occasionally get something like that. I probably have McDonald's once every 2 or 3 years, but man, is it delicious! And those like one times I do. I see that. I want to fuck that Big Mac, Mike. Is what I'm saying.
Okay. They have a chicken Big Mac now, so you can get that. That might be a little. It's like just 2 giant chicken nugget patties. It's
probably pretty good, actually. That's probably
These are commercials we should not watch when we're both on a diet.
Exactly.
I haven't eaten fast food in like 2 months. Well, I had Chipotle, I'll admit, and yesterday I did.
That's barely fast food. I mean, it's a burrito at the end of the day. It's veggies and like rice. That's not French fries and you know processed bread with fucking yoga mats in it or whatever they do at Subway or whatever.
I did have Wendy's once, so that was the only real. Well, I did have Shake Shack yesterday, so that was my cheat meal.
Okay, you had fast food yesterday.
All right, I guess that's fast food. Not as fast food McDonald's. Yeah, but you know what? Their hamburgers are so much less disgusting than everything else. So, But I immediately got heartburn, so that I won't be having another fast food for another 2 months.
Do we have any Tums or Rolaids commercials or Lactaid commercials? We'll get one. We'll find one. I'm going to find a Tums commercial with an athlete in it. All right, Mike, this has been fun as always, man. I will talk to you soon. I'll talk to you, I don't know, next weekend at some point after we lament another Giants Thanksgiving loss.
We don't have to talk about it.
Well, we shouldn't talk about it. All right, peace, man. I'll see you later.
Peace.